And there we go. Honestly, I didn't get to really look at too much of the Gamescom stuff today. I think I did see an indie game come out that looked kind of like a... I would say like Castlevania, but I think that whole genre was called like what, Metroidvania? I don't know why. Actually, I know why, but I'm not sure who's the one that coined that term. But either way, it's like that. The character uses a katana. It's like very edgy, and I like it. That's the main point. It looked edgy, and I was like, oh, okay. Edginess? Cool. You have my attention now. Kind of like, oh, that's another thing. Who, oh man, I don't even remember who I was talking to, but I was talking about like a lot of the games that were coming up at Gamescom. And they're talking about like how, it's like, yeah, why don't like, because we brought up like Dark Souls like games, right? It's like, oh yeah, when people play these games, right, it's just almost like they want to play a Dark Soul games, but a Dark Soul hasn't come out, so that's why they're playing this. I'm like, that's not necessarily the case. Because there's like some things like, you know, Dark Souls has like or an Elden Ring, right? They have their own kind of like patterns of stuff, how they do stuff, right? So like sometimes you do want to play a game maybe that offers something a little bit different. Kind of like at one point, I'm not sure how in tune everyone is with this, but okay, like there's Monster Hunter, right? There was a game called GodEater that was essentially like anime Monster Hunter, and that one, it just never quite took up. Honestly, I think it's just because some of the mechanics they used in it, they, instead of just being like, okay, just straight up ripping off Monster Hunter, they try to do their own thing. But some of the mechanics that they try to do, where like Monster Hunter is very simple, right? You have your certain different types of weapons. You use that and you just hunt on the monster, and later on you carve it to get parts to be able to make your new gear. All right, it's very simple, straightforward. In GodEater, right, you like, okay, usually there's a boss monster, right? And there's a lot of little fodder kind of monsters. They have to fight those things, and they also drop items that you need to. But you fight those things, then you fight the boss monster, and your weapon, you have different type of weapon, like a gray sword and spear and all that stuff, right? But to charge up your weapon's attack, right, it's like a little mouth, like darkness thing appears on your weapon and takes a bite out of the monster. I think you do it to the smaller monsters too. I just never really pay attention too much to it. But either way, by your sword, right, or whatever weapon, it takes a bite out of the monster. It charges up your weapon for you could do like some kind of like, you know, charge attacks and whatnot. And hence that's what they call a GodEater, because these monsters are essentially like gods and stuff, right? The Aragami. And so your weapon is eating them, essentially. And technically they're like monsters that are like kind of nano machine things that are eating the world, so like they're both ways, right? GodEater. But either way, right, I just maybe think like that whole mechanic was, maybe it's not even the mechanic. I think it's just like the selling, like the promotion, advertising of it wasn't that great, because they did make like multiple GodEater games, right? Like the first one I liked. Second one was good too, right? I think the second one's technically a DLC of the first game, because it kind of like has, you know, it wraps up a lot of the story of the first one. So I guess it's like the 1.5 essentially. I think the second game, yeah, different protagonists. I'm not sure how many GodEaters came on, but like I know I saw the very last one. The last one is like even more anime. Like it's like it turned the anime up to like 11, and I was like, oh, I think they jumped the shark on this one. And I just think, and that it was mostly on PSP. I think the last game was on console, but either way, it was on PSP. It felt like there was something like always like when you played each of the games, right? The first one, it was new, it's different, right? Technically, the world takes place in the same world as Code Vein, so if you like Code Vein, you know, That's why a lot of people probably know about Code Vein because like, oh yeah, that one's very much Dark Souls-esque. The original game it came from, which is GodEater, is very Monster Hunter-esque. Anime Monster Hunter. Anime Vampire Dark Souls is what Code Vein is. And they made a second one. I didn't think the first one did good enough to make it warrant a second game, but they did. And visually, I mean, low key, I thought the story was okay. I didn't think it was like great writing, but I was like, oh, I'm okay with it. Is for a story, like I'm not like a stickler for story. Like, if I want something like great story and all this kind of stuff, I'll just fucking read a book. Right? That's why I'm like, sometimes when people get like too into like, oh, this one anime didn't have an amazing story and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, just read a book, man. Like if you want that kind of deep story, just read a book, and either that or like if you still can't find a book that's that good, just write your own damn story. So strange, but regardless, like I just think like the IP of GodEater still has some like juice left in, but they have to revamp the series. They can't go with like a new one where they kind of like how to use the old system. If they really want to like and that's what kind of what Code Vein did. They kind of revamped it enough, even though low key I like the first Code Vein. I know is controversial. It's a hot take, definitely. Some people are saying like the second one, which is like more is like it was written better than the first one. I just like the first one, maybe because it had a tie in with GodEater, and that's why we know it takes place in the same universe. So that's why I like Code Vein. The first one has like a special place in my heart. So yeah, I'm one of the no, like I'll cheerlead Code Vein a little bit. The first one, like I know there's probably not many people saying like, oh, how much they like Code Vein. Like you probably if you me talking about it right now, probably the first time some people heard it, they're like, what the hell is a Code Vein? What the fuck? What? But either way, like especially when you look at some of the not cutscenes, the story scenes in the second game, they're kind of hammy. So like, disregard some of that. But the one character that is like, who hams it up a bit, the voice actor is Dio, I believe, the Japanese version anyway. So Dio has a special place in my heart. So that's why I probably like that character, even though and even the English voice actor was doing pretty well too. I mean, I forgot. I'm not sure exactly who it is, but I watched it in him in English just to see kind of like I wonder how he is. He's still kind of cool. Like I like both of the voice actors or both of the voice actors that voiced him. There. Yeah, I still kind of think I want to see probably do this. Oh yeah, I forgot. It undid my attack. Okay, there we go. Nothing dropped. That's not a good sign. Oh, the one did drop. But yeah, I enjoyed Code Vein. I want another GodEater. And I hope they kind of revamp it because I like the first GodEater, right? The first iteration. Even the second one wasn't too bad. It just like, after it got to like the third and like some of the other like, side stuff, right? It just got weird. But like, I don't think they pushed the, like, you probably seen the character, right? Like the main heroine. I don't want to say she not really the main heroine, but like you probably seen art of her because she's like very, has a skimpy outfit. So I think people probably have seen that design. But yeah, like it's pretty much her dress is like very impractical to the point where even like for anime standards, you're like, huh? Okay, see, this time it didn't disappear. I don't get it. But yeah, going back, the I even forgot what my original tangent was. Why I went to God Eater and it's God. I don't know. For me, I like the world of God Eater. Kind of like I like the kind of like grim dark stories. Uh, Ark Knights kind of has that. So I also like that story. Honestly, I would be. Uh, okay, hear me out, guys. If Blue Protocol, like the next big like area, kind of became a little bit more grim, dark, and all this kind of stuff, I would not be angry. I'd be like, "Oh, now we're talking." Have like a official scythe class come out and all that. I think we could, you know, add to some of the darkness. That's always the cool stuff, right? Yeah, that's what I want to say to myself. But yeah, the even though I didn't watch the indie develop or indie games that came out on games content, I was going to probably watch it later on, and I'll probably yap about it tomorrow. But the speaking of the kind of like we're talking about like Dark Souls and God Eater and Code Vein, another game that's like that was showcased on the opening day was the Nodus Fall, Nodus Fall, made by Hoyoverse. That game was kind of the thing I was talking about. How's that kind of like that grim dark kind of like feel to it. It at least for now, it kind of looks like it plays kind of like Monster Hunter. I'm not sure if it's co-op, but it looks a little like that. And I like if it's them, right, I think they could pull it off, right? As long as they just take out the gotcha aspect and just make it into like a like Monster Hunter kind of game, or a maybe not even Monster Hunter, but maybe it's more akin to Elden Ring Night Rain. All right, if they just do that, make it like a single player game like that, kind of like what was it the company that made Maple Story? No, is it not the? I'm not sure if it's the company that made Maple Story, but the one that made the what Dungeon Fighter or something like that, right? That series, Slap Up Party. I'm not sure if anyone knows that strange anime, right? But either way, it's the people who made that. They made the fighting game, right? And I think it was made by Arc Systems as well. The that same company made a Dark Souls-esque game where like the main berserker, right, the class that you could pick, it was a it was like the main character. I think it's called like Kazan the Vite Kazan or something like that, right? Something Kazan. And that game, it you could tell like okay, they're inspired by Dark Souls. But it had its kind of its own little flair to it. So like even though it plays a little bit like that, I mean you could even say like um was it Sung Wukong, that game, right? It was like, oh, that's a little bit like Dark Souls. You could say that, but I still think like it's different. But regardless, right? Going back, right? The Horrorverse game, it seems like it'll be kind of like Nightfall, or oh, why did I do this? Or like Monster Hunter isk, and that's why that game has definitely caught my attention. I'm like, oh, like now I kind of want to see what that game is about. I think I signed up for I registered to sign up for the open beta whenever that happens. But yeah, I am interested in almost technically I signed up for the open beta. I didn't get in, right, but I signed up for the open beta of this game. God damn, a lot of games I signed up for, I did not get in. I signed up for Blue Protocol, didn't get in. Signed up for Enfield, didn't get in. But it's funny because some of the surveys on Enfield, I think like before they were sent, like for a person who didn't get into the Enfield thing, the beta or alpha and beta and all that stuff, right? They have been sending me like was it after I did a survey that they usually do. They actually do quite a bit of surveys, so I appreciate that for Enfield or Arknight's Enfield. I wish Blue Protocol would do that more because I have ideas for them. I want this game to do good. I want this game to be, you know, everyone's like baby step MMO. Because I want more people to play it. Because I think it's very easy. And if they really wanted to like, no, like just go full crazy, like let's say like it gets to a point where like, oh yeah, we're gonna probably EOS at that point, just get rid of the whole gacha system and just make it like, you know, cool, like use your money to like do some cool events and all this kind of stuff, like make new little maps, make new like bosses and stuff, right? I'm pretty sure that'll make the story like even like more epic. I think that'll probably do better in the long run than this whole like whatever pseudo gacha system. Because I think there's another game like not Dragalia Lost. Dragalia Lost is another one where if they just took out the gacha, I think they did take out the gacha of the game, but then it EOS'd. But that game I liked. I liked the music of that game. That it was a shame that that game like died. There's a lot of games like that, and of course like a lot of Japanese developers are just like they just don't know how to make gacha games. Because I think if I think of gacha games, right, I don't think really of Japan, even though the word gacha is from Japan, right? For gachapon, the little like you not really vending machine. No, that's not the word for it. It's a little like the little toy. Sometimes when you go to like a toy store or even like just out in front of a normal store, right? They'll have a little machine where you like kind of like you put like maybe $1, probably like $5 now inside the 500 yen coin, which is like $5 around for American dollars. But yeah, you put back then it was like a 100 yen, which is $1, right? You like put that inside the little machine. You kind of little thing where it's a little ball with a character inside, and that's what the gachapon is, right? Like there's a series called Bikurimon, and that's for like no, if you know, you know, kind of thing. I think they try to do a revival series with that, where like the revival series looks so weird and bizarre that I didn't get into it. But oh, actually, let me go back over here. Yeah, that's where the term gacha comes from gachapon, right? It's weird that Japan, I think, I'm not sure because of the culture or something, like Japanese people are like chill with like playing a gacha game, spending money, the gacha game EOSs, and they're like, oh yeah, it is what it is kind of thing. And they're just like, they're fine with that, right? Even though in America, like, it's like, you know, this, oh, it's a predatory model, that's gambling and all stuff there. Japan is like really chill with that. I'm not sure why. The culture there is just like, because like the whole gacha system, like a lot of it's like they're like weird random luck based, but it's like, it's gambling, right? Kind of thing. Like I didn't really notice it until like later on. I'm like, oh yeah, Japan is really chill with gacha stuff, right? But it's funny because if I think of like really good gacha games, right? Like I'll like say names and stuff, but like let's say like Arc Knights, well, it's not really the best example, but like let's say Grand Blue Fantasy, yeah, Uma Musume, right? That's just not even from Japan. I did not know. It's actually from like I think that one's from China maybe. Like that's how famous that one is, right? Like I didn't even know what country it's from. Grand Blue Fantasy is not even from Japan originally. I think they're the same company, Grand Blue Fantasy and Uma Musume. Or Horse Girls. I started looking at the Horse Girl stuff after I saw like the animation. I think it was like a movie that came out. And I was like, oh, okay, this animation looks really nice. Like, it's clean. And I was like, man, why doesn't other companies, like, you know, have, like, make cool, like, animation? Like, you know, we have all seen it before, right? Like, the whole animation of, like, oh, woman is running, and they just kind of gave her, like, the weird dainty run, the impractical dainty run. And you're just like, why? And then, at least in Uma Musume, right, like those, they're of course they're horse ladies, and they could run in a cool way. You're like, oh man, that's like, I wish like they had more like characters that could like run like that. But going back, yeah, that gacha game is not from Japan, and I'm like, oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah, because Japan, especially like Square Enix, oh man, they have a bad track record with gacha games. Every time they make one, it's like it. If they're lucky, it survives like a few years, right? Like 5 years sometimes, right? But like you could tell they just kind of like want to like. I think even now they said that they like extremely downsize their whole gacha whatever thing because they just know that their model is like if the gacha game does not have a good return on investment like really quick, they just give up on it. Right, and then they think like, oh yeah, no one noticed that we gave up on this game. Yeah, we the players notice. Like the players notice when like you start doing collabs with some like random like I'm not even sure. Is that person an celeb? But yeah, like they did it with they did a collaboration with a random in real life human being, and it was so jarring that like the player base is like, oh, the character is strong, but why? And I just think it's because the directors at the time, right, like the one in America, one in Japan, right, some of the collabs with the real life humans, right, are not because of like, oh, no, this is because this will help the brand. No, I think it's just because the director personally wanted to go meet that person and wanted to like, no, chill with that person, so that's why they did it. Because either way, like, there's no way in hell that they did that. Well, like, no, because like, oh, we're gonna get a return on investment if we like, no, collab with this person. I don't think that's it. Because it so did not make sense. Some of the collab choices they did in the game I'm talking about is War of the Visions. You'll probably hear me talk about that one a lot because that's a game that I really, really liked. But yeah, like, and honestly, if they did it right, if they made a console version of War of the Visions, added like, was it like, I wouldn't say like, what you call it, like they don't need to do anything to make it like, no, you know what, knowing them, they can't stop themselves from monetizing it. So let me see. Well, I'll have to think about like how would they make this a console game that's like no, like maybe you just put no, you pay whatever like the console price is, right? Like usually what 50. I would say $50 for a game, but that's probably on the cheaper side now. It's probably like $60, 70 if you're unlucky. But yeah, that one if they could able to do it right, they could make another version of it, and it would be like it would do really well because people who no realistically is because they want to play Final Fantasy Tactics. That's the main reason. I'm thinking about it now. It's like yeah, that's probably the main reason. Like, let's be real now. It's people just want to play Final Fantasy Tactics. I mean, I'm one of them, but you know. Oh my god, I wish it was spinning more. You know what? Let's actually take a... Oh, I actually did this all. It did not help yesterday is when my stomach was hurting. And of course, that's when... I had to like fight more of the enemies. Like, that one time when my stomach was hurting. I think I did 5, so I'll do 6. But yeah, that was most of my rant about that one. But yeah, just Japan doesn't like gacha games. Honestly, or no, I said Japan likes gacha games. It's like most places don't, but Japan just can't like. They're not very good at making gacha games that last a long time, except a few. Like there's a few that I don't really play. It's like what you call it, the one well, Dragon Quest game. That one, there's a gacha of that people have been playing a lot. Well, I think the one that I play is like Fate Grand Order from the Fate series. It's funny because I got into it, I think, because a friend at work was like, at one point, a lot of us got into it. And, oh shit, what the hell? I'll let him do that. Like crazy ass character who just wants to attack everyone. Yeah. So like, do you guys think that if we took out the gotcha systems out of this game, you think that'll like help the health of the game more, or you think that would be like the final nail in the coffin for the game? I think was it long as we just make the like they put a little bit more effort into the story. I think that'll probably be the but I think that's what this game really needs. Oh, someone did attack over here. Yeah, I think this game, that's what it needs. Just needs a more compelling story. Or like something with like a story with some stakes in it. Like, oh yeah, the characters are though they're like no NPC. Some of them like no named one, which they have a few. Some actual big bad guys coming along is like tearing them up, and you can bring them back later on. But like it feels like the whole dream whatever stuff of this area. It just to me is so lame. That's all. Like I thought it was going in the good direction in season 1, right? Even though the pacing of like whoever is like making the cutscenes of the story, I'm like, bro, I don't know what the hell, like. Why would you make a scene where the person's running in or like running and just say one thing in that's voice acted, and everything else is just dialogue, right? Like a visual novel. They did the same thing for was it one of the side story things in War of the Visions, like where everything's kind of like the character is like a picture of them moving. At least this one, I guess their mouth is moving, but their mouth is the AI of the mouth tracking is so bad that I would rather just have them have like a cool like was it a picture and have that move, you know. Like try to go really into the PNG tubing thing, I guess, instead of whatever the hell they're doing with some of these cutscenes. Oh. Okay, can't go that way. Maybe this way. But either way, right, like, I like the direction it was going in initially, because it was like, oh, like the void and all that kind of stuff, right? And was it one of the main NPC girls, she got corrupted and all that stuff. So it was like, I think it was going in the right direction, but it's just like, it feels like you could, okay, let me put it this way. It feels like the first part of the game, right, was made by the original makers, like, no, was it Capcom or was it Konami? Either way, it was made by one of the actual people who made, because remember, it used to not be called Star Resonance, it's just Blue Protocol, right? And with that, it felt like a lot of the story that was like pretty strong was made by them, right? Because they had a story they wanted to do. It just like a lot of the people when they did a live stream back then, it was the shittiest live stream probably in recent memory. It's one of the in Japan, not in America. In America, we also had our fair share of shitty live streams for a game. Okay, no, I don't need to go up there. But was it like? It feels like was it once I think I'm not sure if it's Tencent, but like the new company took over for this game, right? It felt like they're like, okay, this game is really cheap for maintenance because we pretty much bought the whole game as is. The developers didn't get to put out all their ideas, so we could do it instead. And that's why like the first half of the first season, essentially 0 and season 1, the story was strong, but when it got to like season 3 right now, or technically season 2 and 3, is when you could just tell like the story got a lot weaker, and it feels like the mouth movements have gotten worse because I think they're just like in the motions, letting was it like AI kind of animate the mouth so it's not syncing up correctly, right? Because I'm pretty sure anyone who's played the game, they've seen as they talk in the cutscenes, not in like the cutscenes, but the dialogue scenes where it's just like character's mouth is moving as the dialogue is like being printed out, right? Then you're just like, oh yeah, they're not putting a lot of effort into the mouth movements. I think I put that for the survey thing on. Next time they do it, I'm putting another survey. Like, hey man, this is what you need to fix. That part bothers. It's my OCD acting up, but that part bothers me so much to a game that I like because, as you guys know, I do not play any game that I do not like. Ooh, other people just like me. He's like, and they have an axe too. They're like me, for real, for real. Oh, they have the other event clothes too. Wow, they're actually better than me. Never mind. They look down on me. Oh no. Yeah, tomorrow I'll try to get on a little bit quicker. I was in the middle of eating today, so I got on a little bit late. But yeah, I yapped enough today for you guys, right? Yapped about GodEater, which is a game that actually that game is what got I was able to get a new friend because I was talking about GodEater at one point. No, was I talking about it? No, I think I was. He was talking about like Monster Hunter and stuff like, oh yeah, there's like an anime Monster Hunter called GodEater. It's like, oh, you know that? And then we talked for hours. He's married now. But that's why he's like, oh, I can't game as much as I used to. I'm like, yeah, take care of your kids. Don't be one of those weird people where like, I've met people who got married and I'm like, they're on games more than I am. I'm like, bro, go take care of your kid. Like, if I have a kid, my attention is going to be on that kid. Like, when I take care of like kids or like babysit and all that stuff, right? I'm like in it. Like, I'm like, okay, no, you're not going to be able to sneeze without me not knowing. Like, I don't want you to do shit without me like staring at you. Even when I watch like people's pets and stuff, right? I'm actively watching their pet to make sure like pet is good, the pet is getting enough attention, the pet is happy, stuff like that. Try to teach the pet new tricks. But yeah, that's just me because of I try to make little goals for myself as I do crazy shit like that. But yeah. Well, yeah, we talked about GodEater and the new Hoyoverse game, Noodle's Fall. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually also looking forward to the new season in October of this game. So I hope they because this season was a little lackluster to me. Like season 3 was kind of like whatever. So I hope they put a lot of effort into because the next season is going to be their anniversary. So I want to see a lot of stuff like implemented in that. Hopefully they do another survey. I want to do another survey and like, hey man, don't forget it. But they won't be able to implement it before the anniversary patch. Yeah, but hopefully they put a lot of effort into that one. I'm looking forward to it. And maybe the next time we can just like go over other things to like add in, like what would make things cool? What would make Blue Protocol even better? Because I want to see more Blue Protocol. I think they should also do like a live stream too, right? Like pull out all the stops, go crazy with it. That's what I want to see for more Blue Protocol, and I'm pretty sure everyone else wants to see Blue Protocol do good too. I think I'll definitely make it where the events are like a little bit more bombastic, so like more people actually are playing the events. That would be great. But that's just a little gripe that I have. But yeah, with that, guys, I think we did enough yapping for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Definitely. Yeah, we definitely need all the subscribers we could get. We're still like we're still hanging on there. We're gonna try to do more like different things. So if you have any ideas, like, oh yeah, guys, want to yap about this or like, no, play this game or whatever, I just definitely like add them in the comments. If you can't find the comment section, just most of our stuff has our email on there for noodlenightmares@yahoo. So yeah, just send your ideas to that, and we'll definitely be looking through. I think almost every comment and stuff we try to like respond back to. At least as fast as well I can. I'm not sure if the other two or how fast they are at doing good, but yeah, Waffles is still he's working on some more behind the scenes things, and so we'll hopefully, I won't spoil it yet, right? Because I want you guys to be excited when it comes out. But yeah, if he's able to pull off the stuff that he's trying to pull off, then we have some fun things planned out, essentially. it's happening a little bit later than what we thought the timeline was going to be, but yeah. And with that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys have a good one. You know, the weekend is coming up, so hope you guys are not working too hard and are overworking or anything like that, especially salaried people, right? Oh, salary men and all that, salary men and women. Don't be working too hard, right? Make sure you guys keep healthy and all that, because you know, the healthcare system, at least over here, sucks. So, if you're in Europe, your healthcare system is better. But with that, guys, have a good one. You take care and peace out.